What's up, y'all? Brandon with BC Talks here. I've got my Yankees jersey on because today is a pretty big day for New York sports fans. The Knicks are at Madison Square Garden looking to close out the series in the playoffs against the Celtics. If they do that tonight, then New York City might burn down.
New York, go New York, go! If I had a sister, I'd let Jalen Brunson and the entire New York Knicks.
Jalen Brunson.
And the Yankees are starting the Subway Series, which, if you're not familiar with baseball, that is a series that the Yankees and the Mets play every year. It's called the Subway Series because, the Subway is in New York City. And so the Mets are in Queens, the Yankees are in the Bronx. So it's a little play on the Subway and whatnot. And it's a special series this year because if you're not familiar with baseball, Juan Soto, who's like a generational player, he went to the Yankees last year and was a big part of them getting to the World Series. He pretty much, along with Giancarlo Stanton in the playoffs, put the team on his back when Aaron Judge was struggling in the playoffs, and we willed the team. He willed the team to the World Series, which they ultimately lost in embarrassing fashion. But they got there nonetheless, and then he was a free agent in the offseason, and instead of going to the Yankees, he went signing back with the Yankees. He went up to Queens to play for the rival Mets for just a little bit more money. So a lot of people feel like he's a traitor and a snake. It's like when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors. Except worse because he went to the rival. So the Yankees fans are going to be loud and raucous in Yankee Stadium. I wanted to go really bad, but the tickets are just too expensive, and I'd have to get myself up to New York. It's just too much of a hassle. So I'll be watching from home, but I'm excited, so that's why I got my Yankees jersey on. So that's a little sports update for y'all.
We do not care.
But in the world of comics, if you've seen the title of the video, this is a video that's been about a week and a half to 2 weeks late. But, they say better late than never. This is my free comic book day haul. Every year in the first week of May is free comic book day, the first Saturday of May. And so that's when all the stores get all the free comics, and they usually have sales and whatnot. And so I actually didn't go out on free comic book day. I went the day after. Because on Free Comic Book Day, there's usually all sorts of people that usually aren't in a comic book shop. And so it's like when people go to church on Easter. It's packed. There's way too many people that aren't usually there. And so I don't like to go on. I've kind of the past couple of years not gone on Free Comic Book Day. I instead go the day after because one of my local comic book shops, they usually extend the Free Comic Book Day sale for the whole week. So they do it from the Friday up until usually the Tuesday or Wednesday of the next week. So you can still get deals and comics and stuff. So that's what I did. I went the day after, so I didn't have to be in all the crowds. And I got a nice little stack of comics here. So we'll go over everything that I got on Free Comic Book Day. So like I said earlier, I didn't actually go out on Free Comic Book Day. I went out the day after. Shout out to Trilogy Comics. That is one of my local comic book shops here. And I know I have some local viewers of the channel. I've met y'all out in the wild, so you'll recognize that comic book shop. They extend their sales out past the day. So for Free Comic Book Day, for example, the sale went from the day before Free Comic Book Day all the way till Tuesday. So, if you can't get out on Free Comic Book Day because not everybody can get out that day, they extend it out so you can still take advantage of the sales and the deals. So they're really cool for that. They do that for all their sales. They do like week-long sales. So for this year, I went out the day after, and I got 10 of the free comics, that every comic book shop gets to give out. I'm not going to go over those in this video because they weren't that interesting, to be honest. The Star Wars one was interesting, and then the DC one I thought was interesting, but the rest of them are kind of meh. The Gundam one, there was an anime one, and there was a Transformers one too, like an Energon. But I'm not going to go over those in the video. I'm going to go over the other comics I picked up. And at Trilogy, they usually have like 30 or so long boxes full of like dollar value comics that they put out. And so I went through like 15 or 20 of them and kind of dug through them. I only found 4 that I was really interested in, but that's okay because they do the first 4 are free, and then you can get 4 for $1. So really they're quarter comics, but you get sets of 4 for $1, and then the first 4 are free. So I got 4 for free that we're going to go over in the video. This first one is a variant cover. This is Jackpot and Black Cat #1. This is the Marvel Masterpieces variant. It's Greg Hildebrandt doing the art there, and it is very reminiscent of Alex Ross's style. If you look at Black Cat there, it looks like Alex Ross's style of art, very similar to that. And I really like this cover, other than the obvious bakery.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
That's going on here. I like the cover because of the, it's got like the midnight blue. Oh, the midnight blue contrasted with the bright moon and the buildings down there. It's just a really cool looking cover. And then Black Cat jumping through the air. Speaking of Black Cat, shout out to Sydney Sweeney and the gang, Madam Web and the gang. This was announced a while back, like a few months ago, but the Sony Spider-Verse as we know it, the Tom Hardy Venom, the Aaron Taylor Johnson Kraven, the Morbius, that whole universe is no more. It is dead. So pour one out for the Sony universe and Sydney Sweeney. They're no more. But Sony's obviously going to try to restart it. They're doing if you saw the trailer for the Spider Noir came out a couple days ago. I thought that would look really interesting. I think it's going to be interesting series with Nicolas Cage. Even if it's not good, it's going to be funny, and there will be memes from it because anything Nicolas Cage does gets memed and has great memes. So even if the series isn't good, we're going to get some memes from it. And they're obviously probably going to do a Miles Morales live action and spin-offs from that. So they're going to restart the universe without all the old characters we knew. So pour one out for Sydney Sweeney. But I kind of hope, and Aaron Taylor Johnson too. Tom Hardy wasn't bad as Venom, but I think he's done enough as Venom, and he's kind of tired of Venom too. But Aaron Taylor Johnson and Sydney Sweeney, I wouldn't mind seeing them coming back. I think that obviously, aside from the obvious physical looks of Sydney Sweeney, I think that she has the acting ability to play Felicia Hardy. If you've seen there was like a rom-com she did with Glenn Powell, where she was really good in that, and I actually really liked that movie. I thought it was a surprise to me how fun that movie was. So I think that if she played it like she plays in that, she could do a good job as Sydney Sweeney, as Felicia Hardy, and if the movie was obviously written better and directed better. But pour one out for Black Cat and all of them. They're no more, at least as we know them. And then this next one here is Thor 341. This is a crossover appearance. It's a minor key. It's got a crossover appearance as Clark Kent as Superman. And now that's kind of topical because the Superman trailer just came out a couple days ago. If you didn't see my reaction and review of that trailer, I'll put a link here. Definitely check that out. It was a really fun trailer. And in this is a small cameo of Superman in a couple panels. It's actually it's Clark Kent, not Superman. But so if you see here, Thor is undercover and he bumps into Clark, and then they actually name him. The woman there, who's not named, but she kind of does look like Lois or maybe Cat Grant. They don't name her, so I don't know. But she is there too. And so in the scene, Thor bumps into him and says, "Please excuse me, are you all right?" And then Clark says, "Huh? Oh, sure. Sorry to be such a klutz. Guess I wasn't watching where I was going. No harm done." And then the woman says, "Let's go, Clark. We're going to be late for the conference." And then Clark says, "Right away," and pushes his glasses back up. So a couple scenes with Clark Kent in there. I like when comics do this, when Marvel has DC characters in there or DC has Marvel characters in there as little cameos. It's a fun little thing. And obviously they don't have the license to do stories with the characters, but they can do little winks and nods at certain characters. And they also have the Amalgam universe where they did and they've done other crossovers like Marvel versus DC, the Amalgam universe, stuff like that. But I like when comics, they have random. When you're just reading a book and there's a random character from another universe crossed over. Spider-Man also, he was in Invincible. That was another fun crossover. That was more like a whole issue though. It wasn't just like a cameo. There was he was in like a whole issue. But so that is Thor 341. This next one is not a key. It's just a funny cover that I got because the cover was funny. It's Hulk 355, and I thought it was funny because it looks like Hulk's getting trapped in a gay beam. It looks like they're trying to make Hulk woke. That's what people would be complaining about. They got Hulk wrapped in a rainbow. But that was just a funny cover that I I thought was funny that I got. And then this last one is Elektra number 9. This is Elektra's first series, solo series, started in 1996. This is issue number 9, and I got it because it's got the Twin Towers on the cover. I have like a small but growing collection of Twin Towers covers. I don't think I have any viewers that were born after 2001 when the Twin Towers went down, but if you were born after that, in the 80s and 90s, the Twin Towers were a pretty popular motif in like media, like movies and TV shows and comics and on posters and stuff. It's kind of like they were kind of like the Statue of Liberty. They would just like have it in the background. So whenever they showed New York. So, yeah, so there's a lot of comics with the Twin Towers on the cover or inside of them. So I'm collecting anytime I see those, I pick them up. And this, even besides the Twin Towers, just a cool looking cover. A really cool scene they set up here. It's got the moon with the midnight in the background, and then the Elektra down here in the red, contrasting, the midnight blue. And then the Twin Towers there are lit up with the windows, and they got the different windows out, which looks really cool. And then on this side, you have the silhouette of the water tower with the ninjas hanging off of it in the shadows. So just a really cool scene they set up here. I really like this cover. So that's the 4 comics I got for free. And then the next books I got were back issues. They had a sale where all back issues under $20 were half off. So I took advantage of that to add to my Marv Wolfman Teen Titans collection. If you've been following the channel for a while, I'm collecting a few different series, like the Justice League, the Giffen and DeMatteis Justice League, the Wonder Woman, the George Perez Wonder Woman, and also the any Marv Wolfman Teen Titans books. So that's the New Teen Titans first series, the second series of New Teen Titans, and Tales of the Teen Titans, and then all the annuals and extra books. So I would say I'm probably like 85% to 90 of the way done, if not more. I'm getting really close to finishing that. So I have a few of those. But before that, I have one back issue I've been looking for a while. This is Action Comics number 457, another Superman book, because y'all know I am the #1 Superman fan. Not really, but I really love Superman. And I feel like every haul I have at least one Superman book or Action Comics. And this is Action Comics 347 or 457. It's not a key, but it's a key in my heart because it's a big meme book. If you look at the cover gets used in a lot of memes because it kind of looks like Superman's about to do something real sus to this guy.
Try to relax your anus.
But this cover gets memed a lot. People usually take the words off the speech bubbles and then add them like their own words to say like Superman saying something weird or the kid saying something weird. But in the bubbles, if you look, what's going on the cover is the kid says, or the guy says, "Superman, my dying wish is to know your secret identity. You say you're Clark Kent. It's a lie." So basically, this guy or kid or whatever is crying because they don't believe Superman is Clark Kent, and Superman is taking off his suit to show them that he's Clark Kent. But in a vacuum, if you just take the speech bubbles away and add your own, stuff, you can make this to look really funny or weird or sus. And so this is a cover that gets memed a lot. I really love this cover. I've been looking for it for a while. It was $10, listed at $10, but obviously half off because it's under 20. So I got it for $5. So a really good copy of it as well. It's just got some spine ticks, but other than that, it looks really good, as y'all can see. And I really like this cover. So yeah, that was a fun book to get that I've been looking for a while. And then the next ones are some Marv Wolfman Teen Titans to fill out my collection. We have the New Teen Titans Annual #1. Not a key, but a cool looking cover. Y'all can see these were half off, so this was $5, so it was I got it for $2.50. And then this next one is the New Teen Titans Drug Awareness issue #1. Now, if you're not familiar with these, if you look on the back, it says, "We want you to be a hero, stay drug free." Basically, this was part of the president's. You see the president's drug awareness campaign. Basically, it was part of the war on drugs to stop kids from doing drugs. They made a bunch of drug awareness comics. There's some Superman ones too, and a bunch of other ones. I think Marvel did some ones too. But yeah, this is part of their way to get kids to not do drugs is have the heroes talking about it in comics. And now that I have number one, I have all three. There was three of them, three New Teen Titans ones anyway. Now I have all three. There are also variants. So if you see here, they have the price up there, it says $1. There are variants of it where the price is not there. So I have two of them where the price is not there, or I have one where the price is not there, so I need the other two where the price is not there, and then I'll have all of them. But I do have all the issues now. I just don't have the price variants. And then this next one is New Teen Titans it's too close. New Teen Titans number 9. This is a key. It's the second appearance of Deathstroke. Y'all know Deathstroke, the legendary Batman villain, who became a Teen Titans villain. I feel like he's more known as a Teen Titans villain, but he started out as a Batman villain. And then we have New Teen Titans number 10. This is the next one. This is the third appearance of Deathstroke, and they retell the origin of Beast Boy. So a little minor key there. Then we have the next one, New Teen Titans 11. Nice floating heads cover. Y'all know I love floating heads covers. 11 is not a key, but it's a cool cover. Then we have number 18. Whoop. We almost dropped that there. Number 18 is not a key. Just filling out the books that I don't have. Then we have number 20. These are not in order. Sorry. So this one's number 32. Number 32 is not a key, but just filling out here. Oh no, sorry, number 32 is a key. Number 32 is the first appearance of Origin of Thunder and Lightning. And I actually already have a couple copies of this. I didn't realize it. That's kind of why it's out of order, because I didn't realize I had this already. But so it's a minor key, Origin of Thunder and Lightning. So I'll put this in the pile to resell, on Whatnot. Check out my Whatnot. This one is 24. This one's the one that's not a key. 24, like I said, we're just filling out the issues I don't have. It's a cool cover, though, with the silhouettes there. Then we have 26, which is not a key. I like this cover. This is number 30. Love this cover here. But it's not a key. And then we have 31, which is not a key, but a cool scene there with Raven and the White, and then Kid Flash and Starfire, and then we got the Hawkman up there, I think that is, and then Diana, Troy, and Beast Boy and Cyborg down at the bottom. So a cool cover there, but not a key. And that's the last of the Teen Titans. So that is all the books that I got in the haul. So let me know what you thought of my free comic book free comic book day haul down in the comments below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more comic book and pop culture talk. And I will see y'all another day.